my detransition started, and I feel like for the first year, so like year one, my focus was every day on my voice, my facial hair, my receding hairline, and being perceived as a guy in public. And that was my focus, and it was pretty much daily. And I would pretty much wake up in the morning, every morning, and cry and think that I ruined my voice. How could I ever be seen as a girl again? For the rest of my life, I'm going to sound like this, and I'm going to be an old lady, and I'm going to sound like a man, and I don't know how to deal with that. And so I would just cry, and I also was getting high a lot, smoked a lot of weed, and tried to cope with those feelings. That's definitely something that I need to like warn any potential transitioners about, is that you might feel like it's a solution to the problem that you're having, where you don't, you just worry about what people see, and you worry about what people will call you in public. But if you ever regret that decision, there really is no going back from that. And especially if you're a kid, that's something that I really need to reiterate, is that it's not possible to just go back. I solved my problem temporarily for a few years with testosterone and passing as a guy, and I didn't have to worry about what people thought of me in public, because I was a man and people saw a man, and that during that time I just got to forget about trans stuff, because I was a man and there was no reason for me to think about it as much anymore. And then as soon as I shaved that beard and put on a sports bra and realized that my body had changed so much, and that my appearance no longer reflected who I was, a year from when I decided to detransition, I got a boyfriend. And this is actually like my first boyfriend ever, which is crazy to say and to think about. But I had only dated girls, and I'd also never had sex with anyone before I was trans or since detransitioning. So I'd never had sex like as a girl or as a woman. And that's really weird. So there was definitely a lot of like figuring out how to navigate a relationship while also still going through a detransition and discovering all these new things about myself, about how I am in a relationship, about my body, about his body, not to be too graphic, but I thought I was a man, and then when I was actually in bed with a man, I was like, yeah, I can't live up to that. I couldn't live up to that.